Okay, we're live. Welcome everyone. This is the Google Summer of Code office hours for the Jenkins organization on June 26, 2019. And during this meeting, we answer questions from mentors and students with regards to the process and the program. Okay, do we have an agenda for today?
I don't think we have a specific agenda because this is a meeting in the middle of evaluation phase. We discussed all evaluation plans and expectations at the last meeting. And today it's rather an opportunity of having Q&A and whatever. Unless somebody else wants to add anything specific to the agenda.
Okay.
I was curious what the feedback was since the presentation yesterday, if any. I saw Jesse's response about he couldn't join live.
Sorry?
When we did the student presentation yesterday, we mentioned that we didn't get many questions. And then I saw Jesse's response saying he wouldn't have been able to make the meetings anyway. So is our expectation for there to be follow-up questions?
Well, basically there is expectation, but again, what we did yesterday and what we are doing today is rather a practice session. Because we give students opportunity to just try out the process, and then we will have a real scale demo during the next evaluation phase.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this approach I suggest to take. Yeah, obviously, if there are people joining today and if there are questions, it would be nice. But yeah, usually there are only a few people who ask questions during the demos because the most of stakeholders already had an opportunity to ask questions, to participate in project discussions. So we still want to use these demos in order to facilitate the discussions and maybe bring in more stakeholders to projects. Okay. Are there any other questions?
I still have some questions about the alpha release. So I don't know, we had talked about kind of syncing up on this meeting. Should I go ahead with those? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I had noticed that like the first time I tried, it like released to GitHub, but then it wasn't in Artifactory. So then I redid it, but I don't see like a second release in GitHub. Was I supposed to see one?
Let's take a look. So do you see my screen?
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah, plugin installation manager. So we are talking about this project. And basically it applies to all projects where you do any kind of releases. So here what we can see is that there is one release which is referenced as 0.1 alpha 1. So there was only one release recorded to GitHub. And yeah, we can double check what's inside. So yeah, you can see that there is only release, and after that you can see that there is preparation to the release as one step, and then there is prepare for next development iteration as a second step. So it looks like either something went wrong or you released from a branch, because otherwise these steps should be nearby.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I should just try to release again then?
Yeah, basically, if you're afraid about any issues, so while you're in alpha phase, you can basically do whatever you want. And yeah, we could try to investigate what's up with this release. We could try fixing that, but yeah, best advice is to just burn the release and to have another one on the top of that. So maybe metadata should be correct. So if you take a look at this project, you can see that now it's here 0.1 alpha 2 snapshot. So theoretically, it should get released correctly now, but yeah, you can only try to see what's the result.
Okay. And then basically the next steps after this are once I get that fixed, I just need to include like a change log, including like what's actually in that release.
Yeah, it's a common practice. So regarding change logs, we have multiple standard approaches in Jenkins. One is just putting change logs to Wiki or to GitHub. So for example, one of the common states here that, okay, for example, we can go to plugin POM. So here you can see that there is change log as a markdown file. So this is an old approach which has been heavily used in some components. Another even older approach is to just put change logs to Wiki, but we don't really expect new projects to use Wiki heavily. We move to GitHub. And recently we had a new flow for changelog generation powered by release drafter. So if you go here, you can see that there are some releases recorded as GitHub releases. So for example, there are a couple of releases with some references, pull requests, etc. And basically, this is the flow which has been just announced a couple of weeks ago. It's powered by a tool called the release drafter. And this release drafter is basically just a GitHub application which is configured in your repository. Well, configured is probably overstatement because all the information has been retrieved from a global configuration provided by the Jenkins project. So you basically just rewrite tag templates and you can get your changelog generation running. So if you're interested in that, so you can just go to .github release drafter adoc, and here you can see that yeah, there is documentation how to use it, how to configure it for your repositories, and you can start from there in order to just set up for the first version. In your case,
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, I did look a little bit at that yesterday. So I don't have like admin rights for my repository, right? Because I think there was a note that if you don't have that, you have to like submit a ticket. So I just wanted to check, like I would probably just have like read or write access, right? Okay.
Yeah, right. So it's one of the ways if you want to save your time. So right now there is also another way to just quickly get something. So if you here go to the releases, you can see that there is parent POM 01 alpha 1. Basically, it's a tag. And for tag, what you can do, you can just say that now it will be a release. So something like, again, so you can just write something like that. And here you can, for example, put initial release or something like that. And you can just publish the release and it will be also fine for the current stage, even before you configure the release drafter. So if you want, I can just save it for you. Basically, it will be your first release.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so if you want, I can just publish it. Oh, yeah, this is a pre-release. Yeah, I click publish release. And yeah, is your first release for this component. And then when you create new versions, you can add the real change logs. You can edit these change logs if needed. And later you can also enable release drafter so that you get automatic change log generation.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Do we have other questions? Abhyudaya, do you have questions?
No, nothing from me.
Okay, so if there is no questions, so yeah, in 90 minutes we will have a second part of GSoC demos. So just make sure to prepare to them if you are presenting. If you are not presenting, you are more than welcome to join in YouTube and to watch the projects being completed by the students. So, yeah, and I guess it will be the last public meeting for the first evaluation. We also ask all mentors, if you haven't submitted your evaluation yet, please please do it as soon as possible. We have shared change logs, Google Docs for evaluation templates, and yeah, you can use them. Yeah, thanks a lot to all students. All students have already submitted the evaluation. We are just waiting for a few mentor teams.
Okay. So if that's all, I suggest we adjourn the meeting.
Yeah. Everybody gets more time for coding.
Or practicing their presentation.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm going to stop the broadcast now. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Okay. Thank you.